Welcome to this week's episode of Sound the Alarm. I'm Laura, joined by Terry as always, and this week we have an extra special guest, Suzi Moon, joining us. How are you, Suzi?
Hi, everybody. I'm so stoked to be here. Thank you for having me.
We are so stoked to have you.
Yay, sound the alarm, baby.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Suzi is going to be joining us at Camp Pennsylvania this September in Artemis at Four Quarters, and I am super excited to talk about that, Pirates Press, all the fun stuff. So, I don't know, do we want to just dive right in?
Yeah, let's just dive.
Let's dive.
Let's dive.
So, I actually read your article, and I thought it was such an interesting story behind it, because COVID for you was last year was insane. Like, you had a record deal with your other band, Machina. You also had PRB main stage. You had full European tour for the summer, and then COVID came, and much like us at Camp Pennsylvania, just ruined the party, essentially.
Totally wiped it out.
Yeah, and, you rebuilt from that, though. I thought that was pretty awesome. Now, you did go to a new studio, and it was a really cute story because it was right behind the music store where you used to go to high school.
Yeah. Because I grew up in Long Beach, and there were only like 3 music stores that you could go to, and then 2 of them closed down. So like this one was like the main one where I'd go and buy strings and guitar picks and cables, and it's an old joint. Like, it's been there since the 60s or something. And when I showed up to do the record there, like, holy shit, like, this feels really full circle, ending up. And I don't live in Long Beach anymore. I've lived in LA for 15 years, all over, and I try to stay away from my hometown. But going back to make a record that was really important to me, like, that just felt super duper special. But yeah, last year was fucked. And I don't know how I really got through it. I think just, I kind of like never stopped. It's really hard for me to slow down. Like, I always need to be doing something. And as those things were being taken away from me, instantly my brain goes to, okay, well, what can I do? Like, how can I, do something with this time, that I have available to me so you don't get crushed by it, because it's really hard to be looking forward to so many awesome things and then have them slip away from you. But I wasn't the only person dealing with this. Like, globally, everybody was losing something that they had dreamt of doing in 2020, So I kind of took it as a sign to just, reset, basically, and control what I could control. The little control freak in me was like, okay, let's figure something out. There's got to be something we can do.
Yeah, I think Laura and I can speak. It's kind of like our story, we work hard every day. It's go, go, go. And then and we kind of had to be like, step back for a second, be like, what do we want to do with this now?
Yeah.
And I know I can speak for Laura. I can also speak for myself that we are just, this is us. And
when you did that, I was like, wow, there's really no better way to describe it than like, just kind of right here, right what's in front of you. And that's how we're going to take care of it. But like we talked about before. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine.
It's like a blessing in disguise almost when you look at it in that aspect of things, that you're just given like a little more time to kind of look at things and process the situation and like, okay, here's a couple different ways that this could happen, and this is what the outcome could be. Now let's make the best of this, and knock on wood, fingers crossed. Like, for us, it was for the better. We really needed that extra year. I don't even want to know what things for us would have been like had they, actually went off, if they were to be able to go off in 2020. I'm thankful that they didn't now, looking back on it. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm glad that we're here and we had some extra time in the field. I mean, not really in the field. We've been stuck on Zoom.
The thing too is that you would have made it happen. You would have done the fucking show and you would have pulled it together somehow. But was that actually the best thing? And I really do trust the universe in that way, that like, okay, that shit was out of my control, but maybe it's because there's something better that's supposed to come of it, and it bought you guys more time to really like just dial everything in. So when you go out there now, it's going to be that much better that much more planned. So, you know, a little bit of stress comes off of you day of, you know, and with me, like LA Machina was supposed to go and tour Europe, but we only had like 5 songs. And so when we couldn't go to Europe, we also decided to go back in the studio and write an album. And it's really sad that no one will ever hear the LA Machina record that was written and recorded and done, like completely fucking done. And it was killer. It was really cool, you know. But if we had gone to Europe without enough songs and just like learned covers or written shit, you know, like really quickly, we actually had time to write songs that we were super proud of. But then again, for whatever fucking reason, the universe said, no, so that's not going to happen. That's not your life now. And here we go. All of that got taken away. And it was really hard. Like, I cried every day for a fucking month. Like, I was breaking down in the gym, like, this isn't even helping me. I'm just so sad. Because you work so hard to build something. And I gave a year of my life to LA Machina, and I put everything I had into it. Like, I used to be in a band called Turbulent Hearts, which is like my baby, you know, and that was my project for like 6 years. But I pushed all of that aside to do LA Machina 110 fucking %. And every single day, you know, people don't always realize what goes on behind the scenes when you're a musician, but there's so much more to it than just being on stage and playing. You know, you have to be an administrator and take care of the web stuff and like business shit and merch shit. You know, it's a full-time job. So I gave everything to that band. And when it didn't work out, you know, I just had to like cry about it and really grieve that. It felt like a relationship ending. Like, here were people that I spent all this time with, and now it's gone. And all the opportunities we had, like, are those gone too? You know, and I felt really bad about disappointing people. It was hard to write Mark Stern and tell him like, hey, so that band that I was all about, and, you know, I don't like to ask people for shit, but I came to you and asked if we could play, and you gave us main stage. Oh, so that band fell apart. And like, would you want me like on my own? And it's scary to do that, to switch from having a band that's like a gang and it gives you confidence and power, you know? And I'd called a lot of people and pulled in a lot of favors for that band to get like, you know, pushing things for radio and asking for help on things, and people who just joined the team out of the goodness of their heart to make music videos and mix things and record us. You know, there was so much built up there that when it crashed, I was like, well, is anyone going to like me anymore? Because that thing just fell apart. And I just, you know, I felt like I disappointed a lot of people, but really that was totally out of my control. And when things don't work out, like, there's gotta be a reason, right? Like, one door closes and the other one opens. And I had been toying with the idea of doing like a solo project for a long time, but I didn't really have the confidence for it. So I faked it. And I was like, fuck it. You know, I've got these songs and I have to keep going. If I don't have something going on, then I will feel like shit, you know? So it's just like natural for me to like fucking keep rolling, you know? And luckily I had all the songs I had written, and I was basically ready to go and to make this record. So it all worked out, you know, and it seems like it's going the right direction, you know, but it definitely is not what I expected for myself, and not at all what I had planned for my life. Like right now, like I never would have seen any of this shit coming.
So yeah, you definitely, so you have your single coming out, Special Place in Hell, which is coming out next month. The EP called The Shots is coming out, I believe, in May. Yeah,
May 21st is the street date.
So, yeah, you have to be. Like, you know, my heart definitely goes out because I understand exactly what you're talking about. The fucking time, the power, the sacrifice. You put everything into it. It's a passion project. It's beyond just work. You know, it's your being.
It becomes your life.
It becomes your life, and it becomes your soul. It becomes the thing you eat, dream, sleep, talk.
And an identity too.
Yeah.
You know, like what I'm doing.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of watching Laura when we were doing this, and I could kind of see the same expression in her that I was seeing in myself, because it was like kind of a spoken bond that, or unspoken bond that we got it. We absolutely fucking got it. And, you know, the fact that you're building out and you said, you know what, it's the universe, I can't control it, let's just keep pushing on and see what happens. It's two things. It's one, it's incredibly scary. But it's probably one of the scariest things, putting yourself out there every single time, and then putting yourself out there. I'm still lucky, I have Laura, but, you know, everybody saw everything. Like, they just kind of, people notice shit. They really do, and they always want to know. And, you know, I'm going to be professional about shit and not blast my shit out, because it's really nobody's business. But at the same time, it's just, there's relief there too. It's relief that I can still tunnel vision. I can still put my pants on and go. And some days I'm crying. Oh shit. The amount of times I cried, it's just ridiculous.
Right. You love it so much.
You love it so much.
Reduces you to tears. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I think it says a lot too about the way that, like, you handle the shit that is being thrown at you, you know, like, oh yeah, here everything is crumbling right before your eyes. Yes, maybe the world is noticing this, but do you have to, like, publicly reflect that? No, because we're fucking better than that, you know? Like, that's what this is about. Like, that's what this is about. That's behind us now. Like, we need to figure out how to make this better and how to take what we have. Yeah, absolutely. And and it goes for, you know, like you said, music wise, same thing, you know, and what we've kind of been going through the last year and stuff like that. And I think everybody on some level, like right now during the pandemic, can say that about something in their life. Like, you really do. You just have to kind of push forward through that. And it's the way that you handle things at the end of it, you know? Like, for us, it's been hard sometimes to be like, oh shit, like, how can we not voice how upsetting, like, some of this is and how troubling it can be? But, like, really no one cares about that stuff. Like, no one really cares about that.
But it's so stressful, and you take it on because it means so much to you.
Right.
You want to do it right. And for me, like, I felt so bad about all the fans that we had acquired, you know, in a short amount of time, people that were looking forward to a show, to a record, you know, to more music. And it's like, well, shit, those people, like, were lied to, you know, and now they don't have that band, and they're going to be, well, you know, I think open at least to hearing something from the other members of the band once we, you know, went our separate ways. And I was really lucky, actually, because Ricky Sticks, who played drums with me in Machina, she is my homegirl. Like, we are bonded for life. We're so super tight. And she's been a friend of mine for a long time. And she actually played drums on the 3 songs that are going to be on the EP.
That's awesome.
So that's really cool. You know, and that felt good for both of us. It was like kind of like a purging of, like, the icky vibes. And okay, well, shit, we love making music together. She's not in the band officially or anything like that, but she was available, and we love playing together, you know, so that just made sense to do that together. And it was definitely a healing thing, you know, to record again and do something positive and, like, have something to look forward to that's, you know, after Machina.
Yeah.
I still have my Machina playing cards. They're in my room.
Oh my God, yes!
Yeah, I got one of those bundles. So I wear my shirt all the time.
Ew. Yeah. You know what? I made
it's probably over here somewhere behind me. Honestly, I'll pull it out in a little bit.
All about that Dirty Nil record you have behind you too.
So please, I am so upset. Did anyone see the new video that they just put out? I'm obsessed with them. It's so bad. It's not even. Oh, they're great.
I'm gonna watch it as soon as we're done.
It's so, like, it's just so nil. It really is. But I don't know. I love that album.
Yeah. And just everything about the art too. Like, I love how, like, subtle, but fucking, like, fuck you it is. You know, it's just really cool, and that grabs me.
And, like, I was watching this thing with Luke. He did an interview, and somebody's like, "Where did you guys get the name from?" And he was in, like, one of those sip and paint classes, I guess. And this guy was at the corner, like, "Fuck art." Like, that is where that came from, and I think that's just the funniest thing ever to me.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah, great band. Super cool. Maybe
so there's our daily Dirty Nil, because it comes out of my mouth every time I speak.
Yeah.
So thank you for getting the t-shirt and the playing
Oh my
card.
God, yeah. I was super stoked because, you know, I'm not going to fangirl, but like I've been a fan. I love Turbulent Hearts. I love CIVET. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, I'm only 28 years old, but I've been listening to punk since I was young. So I kind of like grew up listening to you. So it's like,
for sure. That's so cool.
Yeah. It's like, of course I'm going to want to check out whatever you're doing. And, you know, I didn't want to interrupt you when you were talking, but it's like, yes, as a fan and also, you know, I think a friend now too.
Yeah,
but,
totally.
But you didn't disappoint me. You know, I don't think you disappointed really anybody. People understand that like the shit happens, especially during all of this, you know, and if there's people like me, which I know there are, that are following you because you're talented and because you're fucking awesome and badass and you have been, they're not going to not keep listening to you, and they're not going to not listen to your solo stuff. They're going to be just as stoked about that as they were for Turbulent Hearts and as they were for Machina, you know? And I think it's rad. You're on Pirates Press now. Like,
I know.
I'm super, super excited.
That's a fucking dream come true. Like,
yeah, that's
absolutely.
so rad.
I don't even think that Pirates knows how much of a fangirl I am for Pirates because I put them on a pedestal for years. Like, I've wanted to work with them. I didn't feel like I was there yet, you know, and like, oh, how do I get on the radar? And I knew Veek through a mutual friend, but I'm not the kind of person. It takes a really special moment for me to approach somebody and be like, hey, you know, will you listen to my band? Because I just don't want to bother anyone, and I want it to be organic too. You know, I don't want to bug people. I think that if you make music and, you know, it's resonating with the right people, it will find them at the right time and things will happen. You know, I don't like to push too much. Like, I think that might be, my boyfriend says I have this thing called pixie dust and that the laws of physics don't apply to me because maybe it's a manifestation thing, you know, and I've been playing since I was 15, but also that, like, even the intro into punk rock and the scene was all very magical. Like, I didn't really like have this like set goal, like this is what I was going to do. It kind of came to me. And then when I was in it, it was like, oh, well, you know, I see this person, this person, this person. And I was a huge Good Charlotte fan when I was 15, right? And I'm like, well, I can't figure out why all those people have what I want. I'm just going to get it, you know? And like, I don't know what that is. I don't know where I learned it, but I can't see why, if somebody else has like a level of success, like if you work hard enough, you should get somewhere that makes you feel good, you know? So maybe like there was this trick I play in my brain where I just kind of already believe that it's mine if I want it, you know, but I just have to do the work for it. So that's why I never fucking stop, you know, because there's always something that can be done. But like really lucky like moments have occurred, you know, like things that don't make sense to me when I think about it, but I've been really fucking lucky to have played with like every band I've ever wanted to play with and been on labels that I idolized, you know, and I don't know how they come into my universe. I think I might will these things to be like, actually, you know, and it's so strange. And I just feel really fucking lucky. But with Pirates, like I've been following them for years. And they were always like that label and that crew that was putting out really, really top-notch shit, you know, like such good quality music. And their product, too, is just like fucking perfect. Yeah, they're amazing. And, of course, now that I know them, they're awesome fucking people, too. Like, what more could you want? But I really believe that I was never ready for it until this moment. You know, like, this was the time when I was finally ready. Like, Turbulent Hearts, I was still gaining confidence. And I talked about this with my boyfriend today because we were listening to mixes from my full length that's going to come out after the EP. And I was like, you know what? I realized with this next record is that it's so different from every Turbulent Hearts record in the sense that I'm not saying to any guy like, notice me, you know, or like, oh, this unrequited love thing, which was a theme in like all of Turbulent Hearts. I was still like, you know, 25, 26, feeling really unsure of myself, really like, you know, like not confident. And like, I wanted these guys to notice me, but really like what happened when I turned 30, which was the year we played punk rock bowling with Turbulent Hearts, right before I met my boyfriend that I'm with now. I like kind of came into my own, and I started like opening up on stage and doing some crazier shit, like stuff that was in my soul, but I didn't have the guts to do. And like everything changed in that was 2019, 2 years ago. Right. And I felt it on my 30th birthday. I was like, something fucking changed and I just don't give a fuck anymore. Like it just flew away. And this new album that I have, there aren't any songs where I'm like, oh, he doesn't love me. And oh, I wish he did. You know, it's like I finally have this confidence to just say things that like maybe before I couldn't say. There's a song about family. There's a song about money. There's a song about, actually it's a story that I wrote about somebody like, and I don't know who this person is, but that is actually like a really sad love song. But it's about a girl who's in like an abusive relationship, but it's like a story that I wrote, you know, like it wasn't about me. It was like a story, you know, but there's nothing on there that reflects me feeling less than anybody else. It's like there's a real confidence in the songwriting and the storytelling, and it's just so far away from what Turbulent Hearts was, and like that's where I am now. And same with Call the Shots, the EP you guys are going to hear. None of those songs are about like sad boy troubles. It's like very fucking like, fuck you, this is me, this is that, you know. And it's just really awesome to grow. And I guess as an artist, like that's probably one of the coolest things that happens, is being able to look back and reflect on like the chapters of your life and like see yourself grow, you know, and have it captured in song. So shit, I'm just so excited, you guys.
But
yeah, I'm super excited for you. Yeah. Go ahead, Terry.
You know, it's an evolution for you. What you were at 25 is definitely what you are. You know, you're not that at 30, and you're not going to be.
I'm going to be 32.
I know you're not going to be like that at 35. I'm excited to see what you come out with at like 40, even.
Dude, me
you
too.
Know? Like it's kind of, and it's I kind of am a little bit jealous because what you're doing, it's kind of like a biography of sorts.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of like, not like a picture book, but through your song and your lyrics and what you're feeling at the time, it's an evolution. And we talk to artists all the time about this because they say the same thing. You know, 16-year-old me isn't talking about coffee anymore and how I used to like bang these chicks, and you know,
right.
20-something-year-old me, or almost 30-something-year-old me, is talking about finding the person I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
Taking care of kids, having a job, even things like that. And I just love that evolution. Every single time I see somebody grow, I have a real problem with bands that just kind of stick to what they know.
Yeah, the formula.
Yeah, and that's it. You know, it almost becomes like you can predict. All right, verse, chorus, it's about poop, go. You know, like, and I love that you're taking this time to explore where you're at and actually like reaching in your soul to be able to put that to words on paper and through a song for us. So that's really cool, and I'm excited.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I've always treated my songs like basically like a diary. Most of it is very autobiographical. And so that's why when I can do some form of storytelling and it feels authentic, like that's exciting for me, because my favorite guy is Tom Petty. And that he just, the fucking way he writes stories, you know, like he is the king of songs, in my opinion. So I'm always like holding myself to like the Tom Petty level, which I will never be at, you know, and like Tom Petty, I fucking love you. But you know, somebody who's very honest in their songs, and like, you know, he's not bullshitting you, even if he's telling a story, like it comes from someplace real, you know, if you're pulling it from like a friend or something you've seen in real life. And I really take the craft of songwriting so fucking seriously. Like that is my number one thing. I'm a songwriter first and foremost. And then I get to go on stage, and then I have to do photo shoots. And like, I fucking hate doing photo shoots, man. Like if I could not do a photo shoot again for the rest of my life, that'd be so cool. But it's part of the job.
But your pictures are great. They really are.
That's what everyone says, and it's like,
that EP album cover is gorgeous. I just
it's
love
so fierce.
Orange behind and like just the strength of you through that picture. Like if your songs are as good as your pictures, and I think your songs are going to be even better, I can't wait to see what's going to happen, because it's very exciting to see. And I hate using the fact that we are, you know, who we are, women. You know, not so much these. There you go. Right. If you have them, show them. It's but you know, to be able to put yourself out there in such a fierce way, it's amazing. You know, it makes me go like, wow, I can maybe even one day become that fierce, because
fuck yeah, you can. Yeah. You are.
Remember, I'm not that girl. Soon kid length. But
well,
I'm glad that you do.
What's inside of you, though, it's got to be authentic, right? Mm-hmm. And like, I'm really lucky to have a bunch of friends that are super fucking talented. And the person I shot those photos with is a female friend of mine who I feel just completely natural around. And she's got an awesome vision. And it's funny because we'll have the same ideas, you know, and then be like, oh shit, that's exactly what I was thinking. But something like the cover, I thought about that for months. And I don't like doing photo shoots. Like, it doesn't feel natural to me to like toy and play with the camera, and like on a daily basis, like I don't have that confidence, you know, like I'm just a normal person who fucking feels ugly all the time or half the time, or, you know, it's like, it depends on how my hair looks or how I feel that day, you know. But the part of the art that like I can control, right, is, okay, I have this plan. I know exactly what I want it to look like. And I've got the colors picked out and the outfit picked out. And then I plan. And it's like, okay, let's get this done, you know, because this is going to live forever. And I'm trying to like, you know, make the art match the songs, which are so easy for me. The song part is so easy for me. But the image part of it, I'm trying to be smart about like crafting something that reflects the music and me as an artist, you know. But it's definitely like, that is work. Like, I wish it was more fun, but like I fucking stress so much about like, oh, do I look thin enough, you know, or does my hair look right, you know? And so everything's got to be fucking dialed in completely. And like, thank God those pictures turned out the way that they did. Like, we did all the right things, you know. But like on average, like I'm not like the model person who wants to be doing that. Like I want to be more in control. Like, I knew what pose I was going to do, and I do it enough times to like get that, you know. And I'm really inspired by the Cramps in that way, because all of their album covers are fucking weird.
I was just going to say, I got such like a Cramps vibe and like almost like an Elvira vibe kind of from it.
Yeah. You know, people who, you know, and I love Lux and Ivy just as people, like as a duo, you know, who had this vision and they fucking stuck with it, you know. So like, that's all a part of it. And it's kind of weird sometimes to like have built a character that it's me, but it's me turned way the fuck up, you know. And like in my day-to-day, like I'm a plant mom and a cat mom, and like I like to bake and shit, you know. But like there's this like energy that like definitely comes out when I'm on stage. It's just completely natural, but like trying to capture an image of that too, and like convey that spirit of what I am on stage into a picture, like it took a lot of planning, you know. And so I'm just so fucking stoked that it came out the way that I wanted it to. And then inside the record, it's cool because we did a whole photo series. I was really inspired by Betty Page too, like the old bondage pictures. So there are some good pictures of me like tied up, and we kind of did it like in a collage style. So inside there's going to be like a bunch more pictures, and I wanted it to look like one of those old bondage magazines with like,
oh, that's awesome,
you know, a bunch of different pictures and stuff. But I think about this stuff like late at night when I'm trying to sleep. Like I already have a plan for the album cover for the next thing, and like I have to stew on things for a really, really long time and like plan every little fucking thing about it, you know? But it's really satisfying when things come out the way that you envision them.
Yeah. So, and I think it was great that you had your friend actually capture those images, because she knows you from the essence, you know, like she can see beyond just what this is and actually go to your soul and, you know, see beyond what the lens would ever see, and kind of know exactly what will work, because they know you. They see, like, I'm sure if you slapped a camera in my hand and I went to take pictures of Laura, they probably turn out really good, because you know, I know Laura, you know, I know that side of her. So it's really fantastic that you went to such great lengths to get somebody that knew you, that, you know, it wasn't just, because I don't know if this would have turned out had you not known your photographer.
Oh, definitely not. Like, I know that. And maybe that's why I don't like doing photo shoots with just like anybody, because people think they know what it's their vision of you. But when somebody like really fucking knows you, like you said, like if you took a picture of Laura, it'd be like, you look so beautiful in this light, and you see her like that, you know, and it's like, you know what to do and to capture like the essence, like you said. Yeah.
So I can't wait to see the inside. I'm very excited. I'm a huge fan of Betty Page. I think she's just gorgeous. So I know you will be too. So now you do have a full length. Do you kind of know when you guys are planning on releasing that? Is that going to be later in the year? Is that going to be maybe next year? Because you do have tours planned this year. So far.
Crossed, dude. Fingers fucking crossed. Well, it is kind of COVID permitting. So the record is 99% done. There's one more track that needs backing vocals, and then a couple tracks that need like horns on one spot or harmonica, you know, just totally like textury little extra bits. But it's basically done. But it doesn't make sense to like blow a full record on the world if you can't tour to support it. So that's just like the thing, you know, and I'm praying that by fall things will be happening, and I would love nothing more than to do like a US tour in the fall. And I'm trying to manifest that there's some band that's bigger than me that knows me and likes me and wants to take me out to open for them, because I think that would be the perfect place. Like, I'm not trying to get ahead of myself. I'm not a headliner, especially not for America. I haven't been able to tour America as Turbulent Hearts or Machina or Suzi Moon. I did it way back in the day with CIVET, but there are a lot of markets that I need to hit and like build it totally from the ground up. So I would just be so stoked if somebody bigger wanted to take me out and let me open, you know, and just get out there, because I love meeting people. That is my favorite part, is after the show, going to the merch and talking to people. Like, that fucking feeds my soul more than anything else. So hopefully fall, like that's the plan. But if not, we might have to wait just a couple more months. But I'm going to have everything ready. And I am going to shoot the album cover with the same girl, Alex, because she's fucking incredible. She's like, we're just on the same page about shit. And I've got a really cute idea for the album cover. And the record's called Dumb and in Love, which is like, kind of like, there's one last song, and it's really cool because the whole record, it really does kind of tell a story. There's just one song where I'm calling out this piece of shit motherfucker who broke my heart and acted like a fool. But it's not sad. It's like, I'm like fucking calling this out. I'm dumb and in love, you know, and like, that's how this person made me feel. So that's the opening song. But as it goes through, I don't give that person any more attention, you know, and I talk about all these other really cool life things. And I'm really proud of this record. And then the very last song on the record is called Believe in Love. And that one's really special to me because I talk about my first ever boyfriend, and then the one who broke me and I thought I was never going to get over it. And then meeting my current boyfriend, who I've been with for like 2 years. And I actually met him at Park Bowling. And the whole song is about how this is why I believe in love. And it's because every time you fall in love, and even if you fall out of love, you're going to fall in love again. And every time you fall in love, like, this is why I believe in love. It knocks me down, but I get back up, you know? And like, it ends with like, he is why I believe in love, which is like from my boyfriend. So it's like this whole thing where it starts off with like, still was getting over this guy when, like, a little bit before I met my boyfriend, and then like the journey of all the other things in between. And then at the end, it's like, I'm actually fucking optimistic for like once ever, you know, like that everything's going to be okay. And like all those relationships that failed led me to this moment. And this is why I believe in love. So it's like really, really cool kind of like concept.
And that seems like your journey with COVID and actually Suzi Moon just in general, right? Like you're single and your solo project, like you can really apply something like that to a lot of things.
Oh,
because
totally.
that's awesome. Like I love to hear people climbing out from where they feel was their darkest.
Yeah.
And, you know, just always, you know, climb up and kind of exceed and surpass what they were expecting. Yeah, I hear so many people just go like, I'm never going to do this again and fuck this. And it's like, just give it time. You're in the moment, you know, like matters of the heart. They're always so, they defy all logic, you know,
yeah.
They get you right here and goodbye here because, you know, it's everything. It's your being, it's your core, it's your mind, it's your everything. It just, you know, to be able to eventually grieve, shake yourself off, climb, and just keep pressing on. You know, if anyone ever feels like you are stuck in that little dark place, know that tomorrow is going to be different and the day after. And it might not be tomorrow, might not be next week, even a month from now, but it will get better. I promise. Just keep going. It will. It really will.
Yeah. And it's going to feel bad, but you also, like, I think you need to allow yourself to feel it.
Absolutely.
As it happens, you know, and then don't give it power anymore because you were there before and you will be here afterwards. You know, and everyone's got their special thing that they add to the world, you know, and it's not forever. There's always going to be another wonderful thing that happens to you. If you let it.
This is great. I love conversations like this. It's just, I love it because we've talked about this on the show often is I was in that very dark place, you know, struggling with addiction. Like I'm going to use as my story of addiction. It's just that, you know, when I was fighting that part and those demons, I can tell you it was fucking tough. It was the hardest thing. I've, you know, had children since then. I've other tough things, seen my kid and stuff, but like I still remember that time as being the bottom, the lowest of the low, and be able to climb from that and feel better and allow myself to feel things. You know, feeling things is totally okay. It's awesome. It's great to be able to just, they're not great feelings all the time, but who cares?
And
like, it's not to be,
you know what the really good shit feels like, you know, how strong you are and you got yourself out of that and your life is totally different now.
So different. And you know, it took to get to that spot. I'm sure with you too, it took us to get to this spot to be able to realize that there's so much better and be able to recognize the grieving process, because that shit takes a while too. You know, it's not an easy place to be in. I know about the amount of chocolate chip cookie dough ice creams and probably made myself puke a couple times from too much of that shit. But yeah, you know, just fuzzy pajamas and
For me it was always French fries with sour cream. That was like my I'm miserable meal.
When you come to Canada, I hope you do have poutine because
not in a long time. And I'm not gonna have poutine like in Venice Beach and be like, that's legit poutine. Like, no, I know.
Yeah, but poutine is the depressed food. It's very carb and starch and just sits in your tummy and you're like just so gross, but you know, so
I'm all about it. We have a poutine date in our future.
We absolutely do, and I know the best spot too. So
I'm coming.
Yes, Laura is. I can't
take a road trip.
Yes, to drag this lady here, or I guess she's here. I don't know anymore. With me to, you know, Christ, we haven't seen each other since May 2019, and it's something. I am gonna hug her. Well,
the longest time.
Oh,
I know, but it's almost like we're closer than we ever have been ever before, you know? So it's just going to be extra special when we finally get to see each other hopefully the fucking border is open and Terry can come to camp.
I know. That's
like, I don't even want to laugh about that, but it's true. We're just PMA for that, you know.
PMA,
She'll be here.
That'll be fine. I'll wrap it up. It's okay.
I was gonna say you better get in that wrapped.
It'll be from the crate that Laura eventually does send me, and I'll just like duct tape the bottom. Or
dude, I need to just send it out because my problem is I keep buying you things because I'm like, I have this fucking box I need to send Terry. I need to just send it because I'm like, I'm just gonna buy more stuff to fill the box, and now it's like 80
It's gonna be a heavy ass box. Yeah.
The lady at the post office is gonna be like, what is wrong with you?
I had the box and I just kept filling it.
Oh,
so what
you do, like the most random.
So Laura, what you do is you take this packing tape that I still have lovingly held here, attached to shit,
donut?
And then it's the packing tape. Fuck the donut. Have you seen this stuff?
Well,
it's great.
Terry I set her up here. Here it is.
You can see here.
Oh shit.
So the boxes that you buy at the post office have like the tape strips, and Terry was just completely floored by it.
So much so that I'm excited to keep
She like decorated her Christmas tree with
the
packing tape.
Canada's not that fancy. But
I got you a new box, and I left all of the tape on this box for you to play with. So
we're gonna have strips here now. But what you do is you take that tape and you line the bottom, so it's gonna be like my cute little raft. I'll sit in the box.
There you go.
There you go. It's gonna have to last you a little while, but that's okay. I'm optimistic that you will be here. You have to be here.
I have to.
You'll be there. I think you'll be fine by September.
Yeah, I'm slated to get my vaccine in May. Laura's going. You guys are.
I'm going next week.
Cool. Oh, I'm
excited.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, Americans, you guys are just cruising. For us, they're like, okay, March 15th, 80 and over. Woo.
It's really weird the way that they're like rolling things out. I mean, I know every state is different and all the regulations are still crazy for everybody. But I got lucky. I'm a restaurant owner. So me and my whole staff, we've been essential the whole time. So we all got the green light a couple weeks ago. But the problem is like you can't call and like get put on a hold list for an appointment. You have to literally keep calling every day. You have to keep refreshing your webpage. So I had made an appointment to go in April, and I was just bored, just like refreshing my page one day. I got a cancellation, and I was like, oh my god, So you have to be that on it if you really if you really want to go and get it. You kind of have to do that. But so many people that I know, I love hearing that every day. Like, I got my vaccine. I'm like, fuck yeah, you did. Let's hug it out. I can't wait. I'm hoping that we do continue to see a decrease in things, and that we can, have camp in September, and we can have punk rock bowling, and we can have all of these great things that all of us miss for so many reasons. I'm really curious to even see what it's going to be like to go to our festival, let alone any festival.
Right.
After something like this has happened to all of us. Like, nobody knows you don't even know how to act when you're in the grocery store.
Hey.
Yeah, right? Like, what you're like,
It's going to be a trip. I can't even wrap my head around going out without a mask on, like that's going to be like a weird feeling, being allowed to go out and show your whole face. It's like,
when we sit down and do this is like the only time I ever have so to be able to like go somewhere again, it's going to be so weird and nice. And I don't know. I'm excited. I have mixed feelings about it. I'm ready to like get back out there, but also I'm like, let's not rush it,
Sure, of course not. Yeah, we have to be smart about it. And I'm just trying to stay patient. Like my boyfriend's parents, both of them got vaccinated this last month, which is really cool. And it's just like, well, I know that I've got literally no reason to be at the top of any line, so I have to wait. But it's really cool to see people around me getting it. And I'm just, as soon as it seems like something we can do, like get me on there, because I love to travel and I love people and I want to be on stage. And it's like, I don't understand people who are super against it. It's like, don't you want life back? You know? We have to adapt. We're human beings. Like, it's going to be
right.
fun.
And like that's like where the line is. It's like, okay, so at what point do we like, how do we adapt, and not like cross that line into where this is being like crazy or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, again, how is it going to be when we're at shows? Like, when is too soon? We even still go back and forth. Is September too soon? We almost didn't do a Camp Pennsylvania this year because we were like, there's so many unknowns, but we got lucky finding a place that is just massive in size to where we can cap it and like still safely distance. But like, just because regulations are in place doesn't mean that people are comfortable either, Sure. Like, look at Texas. Oh yeah, take your fucking mask off. And everybody's like, oh my God, no, So it's like, are we going to have those like same ideas and things like that? I'm really curious to see like how things are going to play out over the next few months. But I'll wear 6 masks if I have to. Put me in a bubble. I just want to see my friends. I want to hear music again.
You should do like a bubble station in Camp Pennsylvania.
Wouldn't that be great? We'll have like a whole sanitary area. You come, get in your bubble.
And just spray
it. I want to decorate my bubble on the outside, and like paint it and like.
Yeah, we'll have stickers, lights.
Actually, I saw Pink one time when CIVET was on tour in Europe, like 2010. A friend of ours back in LA was in the band for Pink. He played guitar with Pink, and they were playing in Prague when we had a day off of Prague. So we got us all into the Pink show, and holy shit, that woman is incredible. And like, wow, my mind was blown. But she did the ball. She got in the ball and like hamster wheeled on the crowd. And it was fucking incredible. Pink was like way ahead of all of us.
Terry.
Do you think that there was like a bit of a invisible string maybe that was just kind of holding? I'm more thinking about the production side.
Probably. Yeah, no, she probably did have a string that I didn't notice because I was like, but she was out there. I mean, she was dangling from other strings and flying all the fuck around. I was like, wow, abs. Look at those abs. Pink, you're incredible. She's so dedicated. But yeah, definitely ahead of the curve with the plastic bouncy ball thing. So could be fun, Get on
that would be great. We could.
I'm totally down for plastic bouncy ball stuff. Like, it'd make me into like a giant super ball smash into like bing, 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 bing.
We could have a game right in the circle. There's so much room there.
I think we need like, like when you're in the like whack a string and then you got the pole, just slap someone in a giant ball and just like chuck them at people and watch them chuck them back and stuff like that.
Or that's how we're going to have to do pits. You're just going to have to get in your own hamster wheels. And just smash.
There's a lot of ideas here. We've got time.
We do have so much time. Yeah, I'm excited to see how things
only have 182 days, guys. Not that much time. It's going to be here before we know it, which is the scariest part. Like, for you must be very excited, but also very, I don't know. I can only talk about myself when I'm putting shit out. I get 2 things: very excited, very scared. I don't know if you feel that way too, but April's going to be here. Whoa. Like, next week it'll feel like, is it like building up? Do you feel like just like every day more and more, just like, yeah, let's just get it out there like 3 days ago?
Yeah, it's weird. It's a little bit of both. I think the fear is gone now.
Oh, good. It's already out there.
Because it's happening, like it can't be stopped. So I already know it's happening. And I don't really care if anybody likes it or not, because I like it, and that's what your art is about, right? Putting out something that you're proud of. And I know if people like it, it'll find the right people. So I'm not fearful of that, but like, I don't know. I just, like I said, like I can't ever stop. Like I'm already thinking like so much farther ahead of that. Now it's just like, okay, that day comes, the release happens, do our little thing, all the stuff, but then it's like the next and the next and the next. And maybe I need to like take some time to like actually let it sink in. But because I've been doing this for so many years, it's just like, I mean, it's my job. It's my life, like my career choice, So it's like when those things happen, it just feels like, okay, well, we checked off the thing that was supposed to happen, I just need to get on stage. That's what I need to do. Like, that is the most fucking important thing. That is where everything makes sense. And like, that's it. that's the moment like that I'm waiting for, is to perform, you know? And so everything else is really cool, but it's like, you know, but also I want to play a fucking show. So, you know, and I'm really happy to share the music video with people. And then I have to make another music video, so I'm thinking of that already, you know, and then the EP will actually come out, and it's like huge accomplishment. I'm so proud of it, you know, but yeah, without the live music aspect, it makes everything just a little bit funky, you know, because
as a fan,
want to share that moment with people in real time.
As a fan, we are still appreciative very much of you releasing this, because you really didn't have to. You know, you could have just been, I'm going to sit on this until I do go tour and then release it and then go on tour. The fact that you're releasing it so that we can enjoy it and fall in love with it is awesome. We're always craving stuff, especially it takes your mind away for a few minutes, hours, you know, off what's going on outside. I still have 3 feet of snow out there. I'm waiting for it to go. But, you know, you need that distraction. And I don't think I could have really have gone through all this without the music.
Sure.
And I think that speaks to a lot of people. You know, it's something that I look forward to. I know release day, I'm just like, all right, you know,
yay,
who's that today, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very stoked that you are actually taking time, and your record label is also taking the time to do this, because it's not, you know,
they didn't have to.
They didn't have to. They really did not.
And they definitely took like a chance on me during a pandemic to push a new artist and to get behind me. Like, I'm so grateful to them, and they get my vision and they get what I want to do. And they work so hard. And I've told them, like, you guys, I will work so hard too. Like, let's fucking work hard together. You know, I just want to make them proud and make all of this worth it to them, because it's an investment and it's time and it's their reputation too, you know? So like, for them to be so stoked on this and to back me, just, I want to do really good things to make them proud, you know? And, you know, add to the Pirates legend and be a part of something that I respect so much, you know? And they've already got a built-in fan base that follows pretty much everything they do. So I'm excited to show them, like, hey, you know, here's a new female that maybe you haven't heard of before. And like I'm pretty fucking confident these days that, like, you know, I'm not putting out something that sucks. Like, I think you're gonna like it, guys. Give it a chance, you know? And I think it's got its place out there. So and again, with the imagery and everything with the album, I knew I wanted something that like stopped people in their tracks, and like, you had to at least look at it and then hopefully pick it up, listen to it, and make a decision. But something that, like, you know, sticks out like a fucking Cramps album cover, or like something legendary like Betty Page. Like, if you're gonna have the opportunity to make art, like, fucking make art, like, go all out with it, you know? And I'm so excited to share the music video, because that's going to come out on April 2nd, the same day that the single drops. And the music video I'm super proud of. It's super fucking cool. The guys that filmed it, they shot 2 of the LA Machina music videos, and they're super talented. Eric and Kevin from the Enclave, that's the name of their group. And it's cool. The song is Special Place in Hell, and it's actually a love song, but it's also a warning about LA, and hell is LA. So I'm saying there's a special place in hell for you. And it's about warning my boyfriend. When I first met him, we actually met at Punk Rock Bowling, and he played in a band from DC and had never been to LA before. And we were like hanging out at the Circle Bar at like 4 a.m. And I'm like, you know, you want to come to LA and all this stuff, but you don't even fucking know. LA is fucking hard. LA is fucking crazy. And so the song is basically telling him, like, you know, if you come out here, you got to kind of like watch your back and stuff. And people prey on other people. That's definitely something that happens in entertainment and industry city, is, you know, people who aren't, you can't trust everyone, you know, and those energy vampires, the emotional energy vampires that will see somebody who just opens up a little bit, you know, and then they're out there to just kind of like suck your fucking life source and take it and run with it, you know. And I've had to, you know, have my guard up in a lot of situations and not allow people who, it's always the people that come out of nowhere and then act like they want to be your best friend. It's like, who the fuck are you? You know? I don't fucking know you. Why do you want to be off with my shit now? You know? And I've been through that, you know. I think everyone's been through something like that where somebody's kind of been shady and you have that feeling about them, you know, but you can't really place it.
Yep. So, yes, I can say yes, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because shady people are everywhere. It's just really, and you kind of just open yourself up sometimes and you let your guard down and they seem to just weasel their fucking way right in the worst kind of way.
And it's usually because you're doing something good. Yeah. You know, you're on your shit and you're making moves, but they just want to be near it, and then
and it's draining like shit. Yeah. Like, you know, when you go up and you're like, oh fuck, I gotta talk to this person again. Yeah.
And then it's like, how did I let this person into my life?
Yeah, no, totally.
You know, why am I making time for you when I actually feel like shit every time I leave? Yeah. You know, you hang out or phone call or whatever, you know. So yeah, I think small tight circle is the way to go.
Yeah, it's definitely having your homies that you know who have your back, you know, and there's little tests you can find out, and just there's certain ways that you can tell who has your best intention, because Laura and I'm going to say it, we see it all the time. People just want to promise us, especially right now, the moon, and, you know, we've been there. We've been promised things, and now we're just like, we're going to chill for a little bit and actually look at this very objectively. It doesn't mean that we hate these people. It's just now we're wiser for it, you know, and it's
and you have to be, though.
Yeah. Well, it's also like dealing in music. We talk to so many different people, you know, and like, I want to help people. If I can like give anybody just a smidge of advice that helps them, you know, but also like you have to help yourself too, you know? And so it's like when it becomes this thing where they're just like, you know, leeching off of you and you feel that, and it's like, there's something wrong here, you know? But at the end of the song, I do say there's a special place in hell and it's with me. So that's kind of like the cap on it, you know? It's like, and he moved out to LA, you know? So yeah, and he's fine. Nobody
control your own destiny, right? Like, you're the one that is the captain of your ship. You are number one in all of this. So make sure that, if something doesn't feel right and that little voice in the back of your head is just like, is there something off and wrong about this? Then it means there's something off and wrong about this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, you have to train your gut too. Like, if you don't listen to it, it will stop talking to you.
Yes.
You know, but that instinct is there.
Absolutely. And it's really taking the time to like listen to it. Man, I kind of just want to be like, girl, have you been living our lives for this last little while? Because you keep nailing it right on the head. And I am so honored to speak with you today. Like, thank you so much for taking the time to.
It's been so fun.
It really has been. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. So if people wanted to find, I know. Breaking.
This is girl talk.
Oh, this is
we love girl talk.
I needed girl talk.
We should like totally run like a PMA session for girls who've been burned or something, or just.
Hey, that's a great idea. Right up on Twitch.
Yeah, that could be your Twitch thing.
Hey, go.
But if people wanted to find your stuff through Pirate Press, so piratepressrecords.com.
/ Suzi Moon, probably.
/
Good question. Right now, I'll just send people to SuziMoon.com.
Easy.
So, but here's the thing. I'm still getting all my shit together, right? And I'm like not webmaster chick or anything. So Pirates is going to revamp my website. Right now, I think it's really basic and might even have kind of an old picture on it. But that's the website that is going to have the links to every single thing in like a week or so.
Awesome.
So it's a good starting point.
It's already great. Yeah. You guys, it looks fantastic. We love it.
Thank you. Excellent. Yeah. Well, like once you, at least if you just remember Suzi Moon, I'm kind of like the only one out there. So I think that, if you do that and you Google me, you'll find me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and not on Twitch. Not on TikTok. I've done one Twitch thing before. Twitch was cool. I can't TikTok, you guys. It's just not me. I'm not that girl. Or she's not me. Is that what you said?
She's not me.
But and then YouTube too. And I'm most active in a personal way on Instagram, and I'm most likely to respond to a message there or whatever. And I do like to chat with people. So if anybody has any more questions for me, just hit me up because I'm happy to talk to anybody about rock and roll. So. And thank you guys for having me. This has been really, really fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. It's always a joy. And Laura, who do we have next week?
Next week, we're going to be joined another special edition of the Bassist Against Racist with Paul Smith of Zombie Teeth. We're going to be joined by Rob from Death by Stereo this week. So make sure you come right here, hit the subscribe button, and check it out.